Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. When it comes to attraction, men may seem complicated, but we're really not. See, society has made you believe it's all about looks, but let me set the record straight. The most attractive thing about a woman, it's what's inside her, what she carries in her soul. Nothing is more attractive than a woman who knows her worth. Walk in a room like you own it, because when you believe in yourself, others believe in you too. Confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's not about arrogance or thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing exactly who you are, what you bring to the table, and never settling for less than you deserve. Let me tell you something, ladies. When a woman is secure in herself, it changes the game. A confident woman doesn't beg for attention. She doesn't chase a man down. She doesn't lower her standards just because she's afraid of being alone. She walks with purpose, speaks with conviction, and knows that any man who doesn't see her value simply isn't the right man for her. You ever notice how certain women just seem to have men wrapped around their fingers? It's not always about their looks, it's the energy they give off. When a woman carries herself with confidence, it draws people in. She doesn't need validation because she validates herself. She doesn't need a man to complete her because she's already whole. And guess what? That's exactly what makes a man want to be in her life. Men are drawn to women who are sure of themselves because confidence is contagious. A man sees a confident woman and he starts to wonder, what is it about her? Why is she so sure of herself? What does she know that I don't? And suddenly he wants to be around her, learn from her, and earn her attention. See, when a woman lacks confidence, it shows. It shows in the way she talks, the way she carries herself, the way she allows herself to be treated. A woman who doesn't know her worth will accept less than she deserves. She'll make excuses for bad behavior. She'll tolerate disrespect. And let me tell you, the wrong men can sense that. They'll take advantage of it. But a confident woman, oh no, she doesn't tolerate nonsense. She sets standards and she sticks to them. Confidence isn't just about appearance either. It's about how you carry yourself, how you treat yourself, and how you demand to be treated by others. A confident woman can walk into a room without saying a word and still turn heads, not because of how she looks, but because of how she carries herself. She radiates self-respect. And let me tell you something else. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's a decision you make every single day. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I'm enough. It's choosing to love yourself, flaws and all. It's knowing that your worth isn't determined by whether a man chooses you. It's determined by how you choose yourself. Ladies, let me be real with you. Confidence doesn't mean you won't ever feel insecure. We all have moments of doubt. But the difference between a confident woman and one who isn't is simple. A confident woman doesn't let those insecurities define her. She acknowledges them, works on them, and keeps moving forward. And here's the secret. When you love yourself, respect yourself, and believe in yourself, the right man will too. The wrong man will fall away, and the right one, the one who truly sees your value, will step up. Because a queen doesn't chase, she attracts. A woman with a kind heart, that's a woman a man can't resist. Let's be real. Life is hard enough. Everybody's going through something. Bills, stress, work problems, family drama. There's always something weighing on a man's shoulders. And in a world that can feel cold, competitive, and unforgiving, kindness is a superpower. When a woman is kind, she stands out. Not just because she smiles or says nice things, but because she brings peace. She makes people feel safe. She radiates warmth. And trust me, men notice that. A man doesn't just want a beautiful woman. He wants a woman whose presence makes his life better. A woman who, after a long day of dealing with the world, makes him feel at home. Let me tell you something. Men don't always talk about their struggles. Society teaches them to be tough, to bottle things up, to handle their problems on their own. But even the strongest man needs a place to rest. And when a woman is kind, when she listens, when she understands, when she shows patience, that's when a man starts to feel something deeper than attraction. He starts to feel connection. See, it's easy to find someone who looks good. But finding someone who makes you feel good, that's rare. That's special. And that's what kindness does. It makes a man feel like he's not alone in this world. It makes him feel like no matter what happens, he's got someone in his corner. And let me be clear, kindness isn't weakness. It's not about being a pushover. It's not about letting people walk all over you. A truly kind woman isn't someone who tolerates bad behavior. She's someone who carries herself with grace, who treats others with respect, and who expects to be treated the same way in return. Men admire women who can uplift them, who bring light into their lives. But here's the catch. Kindness isn't just about how you treat a man, it's about how you treat people in general. A man watches how you talk to the waitress, how you handle frustration, how you speak about others when they're not around. And trust me, that matters. Because a man doesn't just want a kind woman for himself. He wants a woman he can be proud of. A woman who, when he introduces her to his family, to his friends, to the people in his life, makes them say, "Oh, wow, she's incredible." But here's something you need to know. Kindness isn't just about what you give to others. It's also about what you give to yourself. A truly kind woman doesn't just pour love into other people. She pours love into herself. She doesn't just uplift others. She uplifts herself, because the way you treat yourself sets the tone for how others will treat you. If you're always putting yourself last, if you're always giving but never receiving, if you're constantly allowing people to drain you without pouring back into yourself, that's not kindness. That's self-neglect. And let me tell you, a good man, one who truly values you, doesn't just want you to be kind to him. He wants you to be kind to yourself. So ladies, don't underestimate the power of kindness. In a world where people are always rushing, always stressed, always focused on what they can get, kindness is rare. And when a man finds a woman who brings him peace, who makes him feel valued, who treats others with respect, he knows she's special. A kind woman isn't just attractive. She's unforgettable. Let's be real. Fellas admire a woman with drive. And I'm not just talking about having a job or making money. I'm talking about ambition, purpose, passion. A woman who wakes up every morning with something she's working toward. A woman who has a vision for her life and refuses to settle for anything less. See, a lot of people think men only care about looks, but let me tell you something. Looks might catch a man's attention, but ambition is what keeps it. Because beauty fades. The excitement of a new relationship fades. But when a woman has goals, when she's passionate about something, when she's constantly growing and evolving, that keeps a man interested. That makes him see her as someone special. Men are naturally drawn to women who have something going for themselves. It's inspiring. It's attractive. It's attractive. It makes a man want to be better, to work harder, to grow alongside her. Because here's the truth. A high-value man doesn't want a woman who's just sitting around waiting for him to give her a life. He wants a woman who already has a life of her own. A woman who brings something to the table. And let's get one thing straight. Having ambition doesn't mean you have to be a CEO, a doctor, or running a multi-million-dollar business. It's not about a job title. It's about having something that excites you, something that drives you. Maybe it's your career. Maybe it's a creative passion. Maybe it's your education. Maybe it's a mission to help others. Whatever it is, a man respects a woman who is striving for something bigger than just a relationship. Because here's the truth. When you have ambition, you carry yourself differently. You don't cling to a man because you need him to feel complete. You don't settle for just any relationship because you're afraid of being alone. You move with purpose. You set standards. You focus on building yourself, and in the process, you attract a man who respects that. Now, let's flip the script for a second. Imagine you meet a man who has no goals, no vision, no drive. He's just floating through life with no sense of direction. How attractive is that? Not very, right? Well, it's the same for men. A man wants to feel like the woman he's with is going somewhere. He wants to feel like if he commits to her, they can build something together. Because a relationship isn't just about love, it's about growth. It's about two people pushing each other to be better. And let me tell you, when a man sees a woman who is working on herself, who is chasing her dreams, who is constantly improving, he respects that. He admires that. And if he's the right man, he won't be intimidated by it. He'll be inspired by it. He'll be inspired. He'll want to grow with her, build with her, support her dreams just like she supports his. But here's where a lot of women go wrong. They shrink themselves to make a man feel comfortable. They downplay their success, their intelligence, their dreams, because they're afraid of scaring a man away. Let me tell you something. The right man will never be scared of your ambition. The right man will celebrate it. He'll uplift you. He'll push you to reach even higher. So ladies, don't ever dim your light for anyone. Don't ever think you have to choose between love and ambition. Because the truth is, when you focus on building the best version of yourself, you'll naturally attract a man who wants to build with you. A man who sees your ambition and matches it with his own. A man who understands that a strong, driven woman isn't a threat. She's a blessing. A woman with ambition isn't just attractive. She's unforgettable. Femininity is one of the most powerful, underrated traits a woman can have. But let me tell you something. Society has twisted the meaning of femininity. Some people think it means being weak, being submissive, or letting a man control you. That's not femininity. That's a misunderstanding. True femininity is power. It's the ability to be strong without being aggressive, to be confident without being combative, to embrace your natural energy in a way that draws people towards you. See, men are naturally wired to be protectors and providers. It's in their DNA. They want to feel needed, to feel like they could take care of the woman they love. But when a woman steps so deep into her masculine energy, always competing, always proving herself, always trying to be the leader in every situation, something shifts. Something shifts. It doesn't feel like a partnership anymore. It feels like a power struggle. And trust me, a high-value man doesn't want to compete with his woman. He wants to cherish her. Now, let me be clear. Being feminine doesn't mean you can't be independent, successful, or strong. In fact, some of the most powerful women in the world understand the art of balancing their strength with their softness. They know when to lead and when to let their man lead. They know how to be assertive without being aggressive. They know how to handle business but still allow themselves to be loved, protected, and taken care of. Men are naturally drawn to women who embrace their femininity because it brings balance. A woman's soft energy soothes a man's hard edges. Her warmth, her nurturing nature, her ability to make a house feel like a home. These are things that no amount of money, no amount of success, and no amount of toughness can replace. But here's where a lot of women get it wrong. They think being feminine means just looking good. They focus on hair, makeup, and outfits, but forget that femininity is deeper than that. It's not just about how you look. It's about how you make a man feel. A truly feminine woman doesn't just walk into a room looking beautiful. She walks into a room and brings peace. She makes people feel comfortable, appreciated, and understood. Femininity is also about emotional intelligence. It's about knowing when to listen instead of argue. It's about knowing when to be soft instead of combative. It's about responding with grace instead of reacting with anger. A woman who masters her emotions, who knows how to communicate with kindness and understanding, will always have a man's heart. Because the truth is, men don't just want a partner. They want a safe space. They want to come home to a woman who brings them peace, not stress. But let me be real with you. Being feminine doesn't mean being weak. It doesn't mean allowing yourself to be walked over. A truly feminine woman is strong in her boundaries. She knows what she deserves, and she doesn't settle for less. She carries herself with confidence, knowing that she doesn't have to fight for a man's respect. She commands it through her grace, her standards, and her presence. Now, I know some women might say, but I don't want to be dependent on a man, and you shouldn't be. Femininity isn't about dependence. It's about interdependence. It's about understanding that men and women are designed to complement each other, not compete with each other. It's about knowing that embracing your softness doesn't make you weak. It makes you irresistible. Ladies, don't let the world convince you that femininity is outdated. Don't let society make you believe that you have to be tough all the time to be respected. Because the truth is, the most powerful women are the ones who know how to be both strong and soft. They know when to lead and when to let go. They know that true attraction isn't about control. It's about harmony. A truly feminine woman isn't just attractive. She's unforgettable.